I've just moved my samba feet. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the first time I've ever seen that intro. Mr. B, take a bow.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, it's not down to me. If whoever jumps in the chat jumps in, I will be bigging him up. If not, I'll keep it quiet. But yeah, man, fair
Wow.
play to him. So yeah.
Guys, did you enjoy that intro? I want to do it all over again. I wasn't expecting that. Really high tempo, Sam beat. Looks like Casemiro's been in the studio with you guys, maybe. Maybe Anthony as well. Who knows?
Well, yeah, and he ain't been training, has he? So yeah, he probably has been in the studio. To be fair,
Mr. B, it's Friday, your favorite day of the week, and you are doing a takeaway tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm back to do the takeaway. Can't do the watch along on Sunday because I'm at Dompe's actually invited me to his house with his brazen self. He's never invited me to his house ever to come and watch a game. We have, the odd game, but he's actually made the effort. It was his birthday last week. So he said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go, I'm gonna take the licks, and then I'm gonna do the reaction show from his kitchen. So yeah.
You know what's really interesting? Dompe's obviously a Spurs fan, isn't he? Mm. So it's interesting that they feel brave enough to invite you over. Yes, they're feeling it right now. They're getting that Ange love, and they're enjoying it. So you had a good week at work though, Mr. B, and
yeah. I've had. It was busy Monday. The rest of the week, I've been in my house at a reasonable time. Today, I was in my house for 12:30. My day's work is done. So yeah, I've had a good day, man. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I just don't want Man United to ruin it on Monday. But how about you? How have you been?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've recovered fully from. I had a cold, and a lot of people struggling right now with colds, aren't they? A lot of people seem to be having this 4-week-old cold. One of my friends, she was saying she's had a cough for like a couple of weeks, and the doctor said, "Oh yeah, you're likely to have it for the next 3 weeks." I said, "How would the doctor know that? There's some infection going around." But I've taken it off. I've been having lots of fruits and ginger and stuff like that, and just getting it out of my system. But my sheets have been wet every night from. You sweat it all out, that kind of thing. So I'm back to full fitness and ready to go. Good. Have you got a game tomorrow?
Yes, we got a game tomorrow. First game in must be like 7 weeks.
Wow.
So I will do the match report on Monday, but I'm feeling confident, boy. I'm feeling confident.
To it.
Yeah.
I want to say big up to everyone in the comments. We've got Bart saying, can't wait to see Casemiro in action again. I feel like his body and recovery pattern is very similar to Rooney. Both of them require a couple of games before they hit their straps or peak again. Big up to Bart. Big up to Andrew. Says, Mucho ganos, amigos. Costas. I need bath time to speak. Bartilo. Senor Omondi. Colango. I'm butchering this. Kekiero. That's all I know. I love you, Andrew Williams. Big up to DK Wilson. How you doing, man? All the way from the States. Love having you on board. He's saying big up to everyone in the chat and Mr. B, of course. And Senor DK, Cosmos S, Amigo. My sheets always wet, Pablo. Is that your love chat, your girl? Michael Hill's in the house. I haven't seen you for a while, Michael. How you doing, bro? He says, so Jim needs to take a leave out of bathtub book. He came in with 25% of the agenda and has taken full control. So he's letting you two get a word in tonight. That's big up. That's a lot. That's for bath time. Bath time is true. He has come on board, and we really love having him on board. He's a great addition to the Man United agenda. Big up. He's having a night off tonight. Big up on Monday from DK Wilson and Mr. B. Everyone in the chat. Spelled on Monday's name wrong. Had to delete the first tweet. Don't worry about it. And just want to say hi to this lovely young man.
Thank you very much, my friend. And you probably missed the beginning of the show, and I added it at the end. But Subvids, thank you very much. I appreciate it for the hard work, man.
Wow, Subvids, guys! If you go at the end of the show, go back and watch the intro. We got a new music intro, and apparently, this is the creative force right here. Not right there. Not Mr. B. guy. This guy, Subvids. Subvids, thank you so much. Honestly, it means a lot to us for you to create this. I've seen both versions, and I like this one. I like the samba one. It's really up tempo, lovely, and it's gonna, when you start the show, you want to start with that energy. And I was, and I come on, my feet were moving, and I was feeling good. So thank you so much. Bath Time is a hella fun dude. Great addition, as well as Dora, 2 legends, no doubt about it. Yes, guys, we really appreciate all the positive comments. It's really appreciated. I know Bath Time doesn't like compliments. We compliment him all the time. He doesn't like it. He kind of goes red, I imagine. But But keep them coming. Make sure you keep complimenting. We love it here. And so, guys, obviously it's the weekend. We're playing Spurs, and it's our first. It's like it's gonna be a 2-week break or something after that. So it's really important that we get this game done, Mr. B. And Mr. B, like obviously we're in London, and you'll get invited to Spurs, Don P's house. You know they feel something's on. I was on. Go and check out Deji Spurs. I was on his show yesterday. I think it was the day before. Yeah, yesterday it was doing a preview, and they had 3 people on there. And they're really confident. Spurs are really confident, and rightly so, don't you think? They've give me a little summary about how you feel they're playing, because people they've been accused, well, not accused, they've been praised for being maybe the best eye candy side to watch. They've been praised for the manager, the way he talks, his energy, and even our manager in the press conference today was saying that he's transformed them and they are a good side to watch. How do you feel about Spurs? Do you think they're the real deal?
No, I don't think they're the real deal. I think they've got a great chance of finishing top 4. But they're not ready for that level yet. And as soon as the pressure hits, then it's different when nobody expects you to do anything and you're sneaking up on the rails. So, but yeah, they do play a nice brand of football. But Spurs are gettable. With the formation that they play, he's not going to change, even when they went down to 9 men. So if Ten Hag has done his homework, yes, Spurs will come to Old Trafford and create chances, but there's going to be opportunities in the game where you do expect, United to get the opportunity. And it's about whether or not we take the first or second opportunity. Spurs are going to come out there like a house on fire. They've got nothing to lose. They'll do the double over us if they do it this season. So, they've got nothing to lose. They're going to come in there confident. And yeah, they are. But I do like their manager. I'll be honest.
What do you like about him? Is he sort of guy you meet down a pub and sort of have a chat?
He's just a straight talking guy. He puts the reporters in their place. One of them, he said something about not questioning his integrity when he spoke about one of the play Dyer.
Right.
And I thought, okay, he's put him in his place, but then he's very, very down to earth. Really, really, really down to earth. But yeah, I like him.
You're a manager for Saturday side. Do you have that rapport with your players as well? Do you see that, like when you see someone like Ange having that effect, do you think to yourself, I'm going to be good with my players, chat to them, call them mate, you know? And
you know what it is? I know a lot of the players that obviously I pick, and the ones I don't know, I've mellowed a lot in my old age, so maybe they couldn't have coped with me 20 years ago, but now I accept that. It's just things that you accept. So yeah, I still have my principles about there. I'm not going to lie, and sometimes it does backfire, but they would never know when it backfires. I just have to suck that up and do it myself.
But true say, even like he's what he's done, and he's come to the club. He's got the players on board because of he's got a psychological thing where he gets on well with the players, and the players want to play for him, and not just that, and the fans seem to love him as well. I think they can forgive him for having 5 games without a win. They had that earlier this season, and they seem to forgive him, forget about that, because they like the manager. And that just goes to show you that it's the personality of the manager is important. The results is important for sure, but if the fans like the manager, it's a bit like Klopp. Klopp came to Liverpool. You saw him being interviewed around town. He wanted to know about the club, the area. He was really he's very smart. You see when he was at Dortmund after the game, he used to run up to the fans and give it all that. This is how he gets the fans on board. And this is what kind of can save you, give a little percentage when you're under pressure. People say, don't worry about it, he's a good guy, we back him. So I think that's what you call psychological advantage of a manager, to have that rapport and to get on with the fans and the players. It's very important. Rather than being, in contrast to that, we can see managers who, like Conte, for example, being a bit of a disciplinarian. He was at Spurs as well, and ruthless. And if he doesn't get the results, fans don't really care for him in that respect.
So I'm going to ask you something. Where do you put Ten Hag in that equation?
I think Ten Hag, he's got to. I think we're seeing him warm up. When you watch the press conference today, I think he's warming up a little bit. He realizes he needs to lighten up a bit. But when you're speaking a foreign language, obviously Andrew's Australian, he speaks English, and he's got it's easy for him. But I think it's harder for a Dutchman with that Dutch accent to really sort of show his true personality, because every word is like robotic, and it's hard to sort of show his humor. You name a Dutch comedian. There you go. Do you see what I'm saying? There's not many Dutch speaking people who have that rapport. I can't do the accent, but you know how he speaks. It's really kind of like robotic. And even today, he was asked a question and he made a joke, and no one even responded. It's like, is he joking or is he
serious? Okay, I got you.
Okay. So he's obviously even if he's trying to be funny, he'd still come across. People like, is he joking? Players be like, is he joking with me, or is that a jest, or is he serious? Because you just you don't know, do you? So I think the more time he spends in Manchester, the more he gets to know English humour and lighten up a bit. He does need to lighten up a bit, in my opinion. Do you think so, Ten Hag?
Okay, I like him, man. I look, he's boring as far at these press conference, but today's press conference, it was a little more interesting than the rest of them. I don't know. There just seemed to be a lot more to the press conference this week. But look, he knows he's under pressure, so maybe he is trying to lighten up a bit. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's go to a couple comments again. We've come to a few more people are jumping on. We've got Stephanie Griffiths, and obviously Stephanie is the one who's given up the likes and really encouraging the likes. We don't beg, but we're really grateful for Stephanie for you asking for the likes. We deserve betters in the house. How you doing, man? He said, old age. You're not even middle age or muddle age, but middle age. He's trying to say. Yes, he did try to say that. What is middle age? Well, we're supposed to live. If we live to 100, then we are middle age, I imagine.
If we live to 100, could be ghosts some day. We're not living to 100, bro.
Well, I hope I do. I want to see everything, and hopefully see us win the league again. Yes, the Dutch are like Canadians, very dry. Isn't there a dry Canadian ale or dry Canadian
ginger ale?
Is it ginger ale? What's the drink? Canadian
is
dry.
Is it Canada dry? Canada dry?
Yeah. I don't know. Canadians are quite funny. Mike Myers, for example.
That's one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm stuck. Emma, how you doing, Emma? She said, had an accidental nap today and dreamt we were winning 21-4 over Spurs. I'm sure we had to get a good result. I hope so. Get your predictions in later. Soccer or rugby? Andrew's asking Emma as well. Obviously, it's got to be soccer for sure. Andrew Williams again is saying here, had a weird, unrealistic dream, like all the time. I once dreamt that Scott McTominay won the Ballon d'Or. Unrealistic dream. Yeah. Lucky Bath Time's not here. He'd be having you right now. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's talk about we talked about Spurs. We'll go back into them a bit, but let's talk about the press conference today, because the manager revealed all about availability. It looks like, Mr. B, Martinez, Casemiro, Mount, and Shaw are back in training. And to add to that, Lindelof's on his way back. Ahmad is making a return. Ericsson, who was ill recently. Anthony and Malacia. He mentioned Malacia as well. Malacia will make a return soon. The guy who's never been mentioned, who we seem to have forgotten all about, and probably the reason why Reguilon has gone back as well. So that's like 7-8 players maybe making their return this month, which is really good news. No?
Yeah, look, we ain't gonna buy no players, so we may as well let's just hope that these players don't break down again before the end of the season. But look, we've got to be excited because the players are coming back. I mean, there's nothing else to be excited for. Players are always better when they don't play and you're losing. So I'm looking forward to them being back.
So out of the players, out of the ones who've been out for a long term, Martinez, Casemiro, and Mount, who are you most looking forward to seeing again? Who do you think's got a lot to prove? Martinez. I want to see Martinez.
Yeah. Mount's got the most to prove because he's done nothing. Yeah. But I want to see Martinez come back, man. He was the big difference in our defense last season. So yeah, he's the one I want to see come back.
So he had a metatarsal injury, didn't he? Like on the top of the foot.
Yeah, he was playing with a broken. They were giving him injections in it, so obviously the pain is numbed or whatever it was. I'm going to assume that's along those lines. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician, but That's about the lines I would go back. But he's back. He's back. So I'm looking forward to see the team that Ten Hag actually puts out tomorrow.
I've got a couple more questions for you, Mr. B, because in the press conference he was asked about Hannibal, because obviously with all these players coming back, they were asked, what about Hannibal? Is Hannibal still going on loan? And he didn't really want to answer it. He said, when we have the news, we will tell you all about it. But that sort of indicates
he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. They normally deny things when they're not going anywhere, but he didn't. He just it's a shame.
And quickly, we have to touch on this. Obviously, last few days we've seen Sancho reactivate his Instagram. We've seen videos of him back in the changing room with Dortmund, back in with Sebastian Kehl and all the players at Dortmund, kissing the Dortmund badge as well. Couple of questions about this. How does that make you feel? There was a poll done the other day as well about Man United fans, and 31% said they don't want him back. 21% said they'd be happy to have him back at the end of the summer. Obviously, he's not going to get sold because it's only a loan, not a deal to buy. But just finally, because we talked about him all week, but now that you've seen Sancho kissing the badge, going to Dortmund, reinvent himself, do you think it's an opportunity for him, for one, to get back in the England squad by the summer? By playing good football, do you think that's a possibility? And maybe if he plays well, I mean, is it possible he can get back into the side with Ten Hag? Because Ten Hag said today he hopes he does well and he wishes him the best of luck, but he didn't want to add to that. They did try to probe him. So last word on Sancho, please. And guys in the comments, what do you think of what you've seen?
Okay, well, look, I'm going to go with Emma. That's my he's done. It is what it is. He came, the club was too big for him. He came with a stinking attitude, my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. And he failed at a big club. So go back to Dortmund. I hope that he plays wicked for them.
Yeah.
So that we can get we can recoup a lot of our money. If he wants to go to Chelsea, if he wants to go to Man City, if he wants to go to Tottenham, I don't care. As long as we don't get bumped for the price that we're going to get for him, I'm not bothered. Go out there and smash it. Go and win the Champions League with them. If that's what it is, go and win the league with them. I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered.
So that suggests, and with you and Emma, you're both suggesting here that you're the manager. Whatever's gone on, we don't know the truth of it. There's been a breakdown of relationship, but you're actually siding with the manager on this one. You think
yeah, I do. And the thing is as well, Ten Hag don't pay him his wages on Monday.
Yeah.
He's not playing for Ten Hag, he's playing for the club. There's other players at the team who don't want to be there. All right, they're getting picked and maybe they shouldn't be picked anyway, but they still go and train.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on it though? Don't come and just ask my questions and leave it.
Well, I think that we deserve better, saying he's waiting for Casemiro. He wants to see him come back as well, and he wants to see how Mount fits in. And I agree with you. We deserve better. I want to see these guys. It's like new signings, isn't it? And obviously, DK was saying I would immediately have fired the physician who did that to Martinez. You made a claim, didn't you, that he was getting injections to play, which is not a good idea, really, because especially when he's broken down again. Sancho, who says Emma, I really dislike Jaden, says Andrew, but people expect him to be walking around crying. He's not. He's happy. He's got his move. Letting Medji go pisses me off. I doubt he's returning. That's about Hannibal. DK Wilson, I like him as a player too. We'll see what happens with that. Not our players this season anymore. We'll see in the summer. Talk about Sancho. Sancho isn't my focus until he's wearing a Man United shirt again. Yeah, fair enough. Sancho signing on the Glazers board, says Stephanie as well. And DK Wilson saying, I wonder if the whole story of Sancho's time at Man United comes out. I really wonder if some of the homies he grew up with negatively influenced him. It does seem to be the case. That does happen, doesn't it? With Ravel Morrison, that happened as well. If he's not going to play for the first team, then he needs to go somewhere else and play, talking about Hannibal. And that's from Emma. And Andrew saying here, people blaming Sancho. Nobody put blame where it really lies. His alarm clock. Or the snooze button. That's probably more like it. Yeah. All right. Just quickly to add, as we know, Mr. B, Spurs have got a lot of players out. I got a report in the comments earlier that Ben Davis is also out. Their one and only centre back. So they recently got in Werner and the Romanian beast centre back as well. They purchased from Genoa. So they got Sarr out, they got Basuma out, and so look, when Deji was saying their midfield's likely to be Bentancur and either Skip or Hallberg, the two in midfield. He's expecting that Kulusevski to play in the number 10 role while Manson's
That's who he's been playing.
Yeah,
that's who he's been playing. Yeah,
three up front would be Richarlison, the Welsh
Johnson.
boy Johnson, and Song's out, so it's going to be Richarlison, the Welsh boy Johnson,
and Werner.
Sorry, that would be it.
Werner plays.
Yeah, Werner will probably start then. And so you got Werner and Johnson are really quick, aren't they? That could be a problem. And obviously at the centre back position, it's going to be the Dutch centre back with Romero, more than likely, considering Ben Davies is out. And obviously their left back, who's coming in, I think he's been a sensation, and Poro as well. These two guys definitely play narrow. They come into the midfield and to help with the build-up play. And they're really looking for, you talk about triangles, they really do play in that respect, sort of bring the ball out. Very good side, playing between the lines and always playing kind of forward, especially from playing out from the back. Sorry, Andrew Williams is saying the Dutch guy is injured. So I wonder who to be playing centre back then, because Dyer apparently is going to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he's over there, done 3.5 million. It.
Wow. Skip likely to go to Palace if Conor was going to go join Spurs. Emerson Royale, the right back, he can also play midfield, so he might, or he can play centre back. So there you go. Or they play three. They play two at the back at the moment. They are playing.
He's gonna. The guy that they bought's gonna start. He, if he's bought him,
yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so he'll start.
So it's a makeshift side, Mr. B.
Well,
we're go into
makeshift midfield. Yeah. But they still. I mean, look.
Hi, Bart.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Obviously, Kassar and Basuma being their mainstay in midfield their way.
Yeah,
Sol's
definitely.
out as well. And now you've got Werner and the Romanian centre back coming in. Maybe they have to get used to the side. So with everything, with all that balance, we have to sort of take that on board when we think about how we're going to play against them, what the result's going to be, and how we're going to be setting up. And that's where it leads us on to the solo 11. So, guys, what do you think about solo 11 today? Do you think this is the team to beat Spurs? Drum roll, please. Mr. B. Anana just about makes it. He's got a plane ticket, hasn't he?
Yeah, Bathtime's convinced he's not first choice anyway, so that's why he stayed. He spoke to him. He's not first choice. Look, we'll see what happens when they play their game, innit?
Back four, we got Martinez. Do you think it's too early for him? With Martinez with Varane, right back is Dalot, and he's got left back Shaw. Is it too early for these guys to come back in? Especially because in the press conference, the manager did say about keeping a settled back four. He said since his time there, he hasn't had a settled back four. He has for the last few games with Evans, Varane, Dalot, and Wan-Bissaka. Solo's gone ahead and changed it.
Yeah, full respect to Solo. I think Martinez, if he doesn't start, does that mean he doesn't play? Unless Evans gets injured, because he's not going to bring him on towards the end of the game. If we're winning, he's not going to bring him on. And if we're losing, I don't think he's going to bring him on. So I think if he's fit and he's been playing all week, I think he plays.
But Mr. B, we're talking about a settled back four. Why would you play, like, if Evans, we agree, has been playing well. Why would you drop him and just bring in Martinez straight away?
Because he's a better player.
Oh, just being a better player then?
He's a better player.
Okay.
It's not that he hasn't done it. They've done nothing apart from train all week.
Yeah.
One game a week. They've done nothing apart from train all week.
So do you think it's that important to risk anything to bring this guy back in? Shaw's coming back in as well to the starting lineup.
Yeah, Shaw knows his position. I don't see that's a problem. I mean, okay.
So how do you feel about Evans and Wan-Bissaka? I mean, is that fair?
What's fair? What is this? What is this fair business?
You play well and you get dropped.
Play well when? What was the score in the last game?
2-0.
Were we good? Were we good? Wigan. Yeah. What did they do against the team before? What did they do against the week before? Was that the Bournemouth? Was that Bournemouth?
No, that wasn't Bournemouth. Someone remind us. Forest, maybe.
Did they take licks? They took licks, yeah?
Something like that, yeah. So,
right. Well, and this is my point.
Okay.
There's no point in these players getting fit if when they're fit to play, they're not going to play.
So how do you get match fitness? They've been out so long, you're just dashing them right in, and
How do
you're doing
you
it
get
on merit? But then okay, so
how do you get match fitness? Just I always wondered this. You get match fitness by playing
11-11 in training.
So that's it, and that is it. That's where the match fitness comes from. Not playing a match.
I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Should Martinez just walk back into the side and replace Evans, who's been playing really well? Rebel saying here, Martinez starts if he's fit. If there's any doubt in him, then he doesn't make the squad. So yeah, there you go. So you're happy with that, Mr. B? Is that what you'd go with? Same with Rebel. I mean Solo.
Yeah, I mean the only maybe option is to keep Dalot left back, not start Shaw, and play Wan-Bissaka at right back.
Okay. So goodbye, Johnny Evans. Thanks for all the hard work you've done, but sorry, you're benched.
He's 35. He's played more games than he could ever have hoped for. He's cover. Really well. He's cover for he's cover for Martinez.
Okay. This is interesting. Is that Casemiro midfield?
Oh, it is, yeah. Okay.
So McTominay done all this hard work, and suddenly he's edged to the bench. He's got Mainu and Casemiro with Bruno in midfield. I mean, Solo's ruthless. I think it's a bit ruthless considering the way the guys have been playing. I thought McTominay's done pretty well, but Casemiro looks like he's walking back in the side. You got any issue with that?
No, I don't have any issue with that at all. You give them an hour, the ones, and then the replacements, make sure that they do the job that they need to do. Would you start McTominay over Casemiro?
While people are coming back from injury, I'd have to assess it. We don't know how fit they are. They've been back in training for a period of time. They're not match fit. I mean, even Stephanie's saying here, Martinez is not match fit, so bench him only. But you know, they come back in the side, they've been training for sort of the same amount of time, and it's like you just throw them back in straight away. There's no for all the guys that gave you the hard work and commitment while they're away, they're just dashed. You know, like
so who are you playing in centre midfield?
I would play McTominay and Mainu with Bruno, and then have these guys on the bench just to show them a bit of respect. Rebel saying here, Evans was supposed to have been a cup centre back and played limited minutes. He didn't sign up with these expectations of being first choice, and the man's in the twilight of his career. Emma's saying here, I'm not starting two players who just got back for injuries, especially not defensive players as well. Andrew saying, I'm surprised by all of this. This is a huge game for us, top four wise. They ain't going to play people who have been out for over a month. So you see what I'm saying? 25% fit for Casemiro is better than McTominay, says Stephanie Griffiths. And Bart saying, personally, I think Haaland would have scored scored at least a half dozen goals if he was playing for Ange. We will get onto that. So with all that in mind, there's a bit of dispute in the comments. Stephanie especially saying you can't just dash man in who've been out for months.
So forget about the front four. We'll forget about the front three. So what would you change? What would you change? Guys in the chat, what would you change?
Well, we just spoke about Spurs, Mr. B, and I'm thinking Spurs have got a makeshift side. They've got players out. They've got players coming in, expected to perform. They don't usually do well at Old Trafford. I think we got them on toast. I think we should stuck with Evans and start with the back, Dalot at left back, Wan-Bissaka right back. And then in midfield, I would go McTominay and the young boy Kobe with Bruno, because these guys have done well. We all agreed they played well last game. Give them a run. There's not good management. You talk about good management. Good management is if you play well, you stay in the side. That's how it should be, in my opinion. And these guys,
even though it was a team that was 30 places, 40 places below them in the league,
52 places.
Oh, there you go. You see, do you get? I understand they won the game, but you name me something that you remember in that game.
Some good play, some good play. We managed the game pretty well against Wigan, and we did see what's the name, McTominay and Mainu playing really well in the midfield, especially Mainu pick up the ball in deep areas, bringing the ball out. His first touch release, pass percentage, really amazing. Really enjoy playing him. And Ericsson is back. Yes, Stephanie Griffiths. He should be back as
Yeah,
well.
he's back.
He had
Yeah,
a
he's
bit of
back.
illness.
Yeah.
Mr. B, going to the front three. We've got Rashford on the left, Garnacho on the right, which is a talking point, and gone with Haaland up front because Martial doesn't seem like he's around.
Ten Hag didn't seem to. I'm not saying he lit him up in a press conference, but he just made it perfect. He said, "Like, why are you here? Why are you here?" You know. But Rashford, I think he starts just because he has to start, maybe not because he deserves to start. I mean, the Wigan game, if you go on that, what you were talking about, Rashford had a good game. How do you think he played against Wigan?
Yeah, he done all right. To be fair. It still does
deserve
something
to start.
Yeah, he deserves to start with what we've got available, I think. And because he's always that likely to do something. And he's always that threat. I think when you've got a high line, like Spurs play, they play sort of quite adventurous and forward. There's likely to be spacing behind. And if Spurs play their football and we're on the back foot, we've got that release with always a threat with Rashford. And he can make those diagonal runs in behind and score his goals. That's what we know he can do. And when you've got a pace threat as well, it can sort of help us. Even when he's just from him, his presence alone can put people on the back foot. And Garnacho, obviously, he's a main starter at the moment as well. So, but besides Rashford, who you got?
Well, there isn't anybody. I mean, to me, Garnacho's now nailed down. Well, look, he nailed down the left and kept Rashford out right, and now he's gone out on the right and he's kept Anthony out. So I think he's proved that he's one of the first names on the team sheet. And then just let him fly. Just let him fly this season. Whatever he comes with, he comes with. He's going to make mistakes. There's going to be games where we're going to say he should have passed, but those things will come with time. What is he, 20? 20.
Yeah,
look, he's got time on Monday. He's got time.
And we got time for Solo as well, because this is your Solo 11. Notice how you jumped in now. We're not praising it typically. There's people in the comments that are complaining about people walking into the team Solo. You got Casemiro and Martinez just walking back into the team like nothing, you know. Is that fair, Solo? Do you think that's fair? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's just touch on something here. Stephanie Griffiths saying here, Ericsson, Maynard, and Bruno, that would be her midfield. So Ericsson to come in instead of Casemiro, because she was saying she doesn't feel these guys should just walk back in the team. And
is Stephanie playing Bruno beside Mainu? I think Stephanie. You don't think? No, I'm asking. Is because that would be a pretty good option if Bruno can keep the discipline. To be fair.
Rajat saying we'll play McTominay. Rebel saying here Martial something Mans. I want to see this last 6 months of his contract, of his cushy mega contract. He isn't seeing 50% of what he's on when he signs up with whatever club take a punt on him as well. So he decided to stay. Maybe seen as lazy, and maybe they wanted him out. DK Wilson saying, "Oh, Ten Hag lit up Martial, Ten Hag style, Mr. B." He basically said the same thing as he said about Sancho. So you can reveal. I mean, without saying anything, you can reveal a lot. And we're starting to gauge now what our manager's saying about certain man indirectly. You know. Big up to Rajat. He said big up to us, me and Mr. B, and obviously everyone in the comments as well. No guarantee any club signs Martial. Look at David De Gea, no club. It's true. It's true. Andrew Williams saying here, this by Indy, right back Wan-Bissaka, Dallo left back, Varane and Evans. That's the starting back four, apart from the goalkeeper. Ericsson, Maynard, and Bruno, same as Stephanie. Rashford, Garnacho, and Højlund. What do you guys think? We want to big up Patrick as well. How you doing, Patrick? Just like Spurs have acquired a new goalkeeper, a left back, two centre backs in the summer and January windows. In addition to Madison and Sarr, with a massive outlay, United recruitment slow and inefficient as well. How much better is Malacia than Fernandez, who's out on loan? Surely Benfica sees something in the lad. And also hit the like button. Also said, Solo said Yabba and Mr. B aren't allowed to sign up until they have 30 likes. All right, guys, you heard them. We want 30 likes. If you're watching, if you're a secret watcher, just spying on us, and please press the like. We still won't know who you are or what you're doing, but I know there's a lot of secret watchers out there. There's 18 in the comments right now. Give us a like. And if you think we're going to beat Spurs, let us know the scoreline, because that's what we're going to next. We've let you know about Spurs. We let you know about our availability. We've shown you a solo 11 as a sample to give you all excited about what could happen. We've got Haaland in the team up front with his hands on his hip, ready to score goals against his high line. We've got Rashford to cover, to run in behind, and Garnacho to go one-on-one with their new left back. I mean, there's so many battles out there on the team. Who wins, though? This is what we got to say. Sunday afternoon, live on Sky Sports or whatever. We're not doing a watch-along because Mr. B's been invited to a Tottenham fans' house to enjoy the game. What do you think, guys? What's going to happen on Sunday with all things considered? And Rebels can start up by saying 5-1 Spurs. Boo! Boo to that. We've got a 4-1 to United from Andrew Williams. Thank you. I agree. Spurs are not the Spurs we're expecting to see. 3-1 to United, says Stephanie Griffiths. Thank you. All right, here's talking about transfers again, Rajat. I saw you on the other show the other night, Rajat. Big up to you, bro. The guy Spurs are missing a key. Ben Davis is a huge loss. And imagine that, saying that. He has been good for them, hasn't he? 3-1 to United is DK Wilson. It's all looking good. Tottenham to win 2-3. Away win for Spurs from Rajat. Rajat, I boo that, man. I want to know what Mr. B thinks. All things considered, we covered a lot today. What are you saying, man?
You know what? I've been going on. You know, I don't. International football just goes over my head. I should have realised with Fantasy League about the players who were away and missing. I thought we were going to get most of the week. I've been thinking that we were going to get done, but you know what? One, we're at home. Two, it's a new season, and three, Ten Hag now is under real pressure to do what he's doing, and those players, I hope they're under pressure and they've been told it's not Ten Hag that's going to be sacking you. If he's not in charge of transfers, it's us. We're the ones who hire and fire. So maybe they've got to step up for those to save their asses at the club. The fact that Tottenham don't have two of their first choice central midfielders and Son. They've got a new centre back coming in, although Van der Ven came straight in and did a good job. You know what? We don't score. The thing is, I don't want to say we're going to score 3 because we don't score a lot of goals, but we're creating chances. And if we keep creating that amount of chances, you can't just keep missing. The whole team, not like Nunes from Liverpool. We can't keep missing. So, Richarlison, he's dead. To be fair, he really is. Yeah, he has, but he's a streak player, isn't he? Right. And I think his streak is over. He needed to keep on scoring and scoring and scoring and scoring. He's now got doubts in his head again. You know, he's a bit, mentally he's not all there. Exactly. Yeah. So
anyone who does that celebration has got to be a bit wacky.
Yeah. So you know what? No, to be fair, I'm gonna go 3-1 United.
Okay.
3-1. Yeah, I'll go 3-1 United.
Subvids, big up, man. Don't forget, guys, go and check out the intro that Subvids has provided for us. It's absolutely outrageously good, Samba style. And he's going 2-0 to United. So you're saying 3-1 United, Mr. B.
Yeah, 3-1.
1-0 United. Obviously, we don't score a lot of goals, and I think we can keep a clean sheet. And like you said, all the factors that you talked about with Spurs having players out, they got nothing. If they lose, they got the excuse, ready-made excuse already. And not just that, I want us to win as well, because you'll be sitting next to Don P, right in his living room, and you can. I know you're going to give him something as well. You are going to give him hell.
I'm going there with my chest high. I'm going to go there with my United shirt. I'm going to drive my window down. I'm going to be beeping my horn as I pull up at his house. He lives in a quiet area, but that's all right. They're going to know that I'm there, and I'm going to be giving it. I will be giving it because I'm confident that we are going to win. To be fair.
Big up. Thanks for your score predictions, guys. I think we got most of them in. If you haven't, just lay them in now before we shut down. But Stephanie Griffiths again says 80 likes. We want to get 30. Is it possible? Is it possible we can get 30 likes today? Hit that like button for us, guys. We're right away. Stop what you're doing and hit that like button. We've got here Rajat saying Man United will have 53% possession and Tottenham probably have 47%. How would you know that? I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. Possession doesn't always win games, though, does it? Did Zerbi at Brighton do a better job, or Emery at Man United? We're already talking. Let's see what happens, because obviously I don't think the manager's job's on the line. Yeah, but until midnight, innit? Says Rebel. How you doing, Rebel? Hope you had a good safe drive today, this evening, and yeah, good show last night. I've just tuned into it this afternoon. So, guys, that's it from us. Don't forget, Mr. B. Do you want to do a little showcase? Well, who's on tonight?
Oh, sure, but yeah, we got the takeaway. You know, it's a bit out there. Yeah, I'm starting to drift already, so it's probably going to be Anthony Herbert talking, to be fair. But we got those Doors on. Is it Doors? Oh, it's not Doors. And we got, well, I've forgotten his name. We got we got the West Ham guy on today anyway. So yeah, he's funny, man. So yeah, we'll do our score predictions, we'll do our fantasy league, and we'll talk about Kudus and maybe the mistake that United made. I'm not going to talk anymore about Sancho, although he's on the thumbnail. Unless somebody random comes in and wants to talk about it, yeah, he probably will. And we're going to talk about Onana to Arsenal, and maybe what difference he's going to make to them. So yeah, that'll be it. Back on Back on in 45 minutes. So I'll have a little something to eat and then I'll be back out.
How do I shut down? Am I going to do it outro?
Oh, it's a quick one, innit? No, yeah, I'll do it. Okay, guys.
Do you want to say big up, guys? Don't forget 10 p.m. Just go and chill out. Go and make a cup of tea. Come back and watch the takeaway, the Friday night takeaway. I'm going to be there in the comments. Mr. B is going to be hosting, the host with the most, and he's got some West Ham fans and Chelsea fans and an Arsenal fan in Andy Herbert coming on. It's going to be very interesting, that kind of conversation. And we're talking about the Premiership as well. There's Premiership back this week.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? We had FA Cup, we've had Carling Cup or League Cup. Let's get back to some real high-tech
proper football. Football that means something to us. Guys, thanks for watching. We're out.